everybody, in this video we're going to talk about the visualization tools that we use in the BI navigation template to present the financials. But first let's have a look at what one might get from a standard Microsoft matrix. We can see that all the numbers are here. It all looks kind of okay, but there's a lot missing that we'd really want to have in our presentation of financial data. The first thing you can't do in the matrix is present numbers with decimal places and numbers with percent signs. So we can see a percentage figure here coming through okay, but it's got no decimal places, it hasn't got a percent sign after it. Equally, we couldn't do decimal points in here for the same reason. It can be overcome with a format command, a format formulae, but then that makes it a little bit difficult if you wanted to export this information to Excel, because everything would come through as text. There is an issue Microsoft are aware of, but at time of recording that functionality is not available. Similarly, there's no bold or no italics, so we might want these orange numbers because they're very important to be italic and bold. We might want this subtotal here to just be bold and no italic. Again, that functionality is not available. Although Microsoft have introduced bold, italics and underline in a recent release, we can't conditionally do that so that we can do it on individual lines. I think Microsoft are getting there with this matrix and with their functionality, but it's still not quite hitting the mark in my view. Other things we can't do, we can't create some outlines. If we had year-to-date numbers across here, we'd want some form of bordered coming down here. Maybe a double border to make that happen. We might want to put this information here in a grid because it's slightly separate from this information, so we'd want bold outline around both of those. That's not possible at time of recording, and it's not possible in the matrix to get this coloring into the row headers, into the description data here. If you use a table it is, but if you use matrix it isn't, and as you'll see later in a later video, we use the matrix concept quite a lot for financial reporting. So it does a job, but it has some drawbacks, and there are tools out there that help, as well as the standard Microsoft visualizations. There are companies out there that write what are called custom visualizations. They get sent to Microsoft for approval and get released in Microsoft's marketplace. There are quite a few that manage financial data and present it in the way that we'd want. InfoRiver is a recent one that's come into the marketplace. Zebra BI do something, although I think certainly at 12-18 months ago the number formatting was still an issue. Some of them are not free, some of them have to be paid for. Some of them, if you want some more fun, whilst there might be a free version, some of them will offer them at a price if you want additional functionality in there. In the BI navigation template, we're using a visual from a Norwegian software house called ProfitBase. If you Google ProfitBase financial reporting matrix, you'll be able to get more information there. That comes as a free version and a paid version. Everything that's in the Power BI model that we're going to be looking at has been developed with the free version, which is just fantastic. If you wanted to go for the paid version, then that would be fine. It's not too expensive, this software, and as a caveat there, if you were to purchase it and raise the coupon called BI Navigation 10, then you would receive a 10% discount on the purchase. I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that. BI Navigation would also receive a small commission, but this training course isn't necessarily about that, and everything that you'll see will be done with the free version. And if we go to our month-to-date and year-to-date page, we can see that our P&L here is presented in a lot better fashion. We have percentages where we need them, we have bordering where we need it, we have bold where we need it, we have bold and italics where we need it, and we have row headers or line titles that follow the same format. So I hope you can see BI Navigation's justification for using a slightly different visual. I don't recommend using custom visuals really. There's plenty that comes out of the box from Microsoft to make things happen. But sometimes in a niche area like this, it's necessary to do that. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video. We're going to go back in the next video, back to the structure, and start to talk about what the ProfitBase visual needs in order to generate those colors and formats and so on. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.